Hey everybody. So happy to be here with you again in another numerology birth code video. So today I'm going to jump right in. We're talking about the birth code, numerology birth code details for the number 3. So as we discussed in previous videos on the numbers 1, 2, and 11, if you haven't seen those, you can check those out. They're available on the same channel as this. As we discussed there are essentially 3 birth code elements. So numerologically, there are lots of numbers that are involved in the what we would call the natal numerology or the numerology you're born with. But we're going to focus on 3 specific elements that we're going to, term your birth code. And those are your day of birth number, essentially, your life purpose, or some would call your life path number, and then your destiny number, also sometimes known as the expression number. So, day of birth, life purpose, and destiny number. So, your day of birth, this is for the number 3. So, those born on the day, the 3rd of the month, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th, numerologically, those all add down to the number 3, have a 3 vibration. This is calculated from your day of birth. So, what this tells us is about who you are, like at your core level, what your true essence is, kind of like how you instinctively operate in the world. So, that's the information that we get from your day of birth. So, that's the first part of your birth code. So, for your day of birth, those with a 3 day of birth, um, you are very creative. You're very like cheerful, you brighten up the room, you uplift, very sociable, social demeanor to your vibration, very expressive, like with your words and your ideas. Um, you have a lot of enthusiasm when doing that, and you move through life with a lot of enthusiasm. Big imagination, very witty, so not just humorous, but witty, very quick, and again, that very like kind of uplifting vibration. So that's who you are at like your core essence and how you kind of move through the world, and what people probably know about you and you know about yourself, because it is your true essence. So the shadow side of that is that sometimes people with the day of birth, the 3 day of birth, they can tend to like doubt themselves or become a little maybe distracted, because that big imagination, you're interested in so many things, so you can become a little distracted. Maybe sometimes even because you're so expressive, you can tend to exaggerate like details, stories, happenings. So sometimes the exaggeration can kind of take over, and then you can be sometimes maybe a little superficial. You very creative and you're very social, so you want to make sure to not let that superficiality aspect rule your day and your interactions with others. And then also moody, like I think that kind of goes along with that expressive nature of your essence, to become a little moody. So that's the first part of the birth code for 3 day of birth. The second part of the birth code, have some notes here. I don't want to forget to tell you guys, is the life purpose number 3. So in previous videos, we do cover, kind of what your birth code is and dive a little more into each of these aspects, just in general. So if you want to know more about that, you can check out the video, What is Your Birth Code, on this same channel. So for your life purpose, those with a life purpose of number 3, this is calculated by your full birth date. So not just your day of birth, but your full birth date. And an example of this would be someone born on September 16th, 1985. You would add 9 plus 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 5 singly. You'll get a 2-digit number, and then you'll add those numbers again together, those 2 digits, to get a single number, and that will be 3. So that's how you calculate your life purpose numbers with your full birth date. So our life purpose number, just like it kind of insinuates, when we ask that question, like, why am I here? What's my purpose in this life? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? I get that question a lot, and I've asked that myself that many periods in my life. So this number can tell us exactly that. And it's not hokey. It's not something that's up for guessing. Like this is true information. You know, we have ancient wisdom that comes along with all of this numerology information and new wisdom as well. So again, as with everything, you take what resonates and you leave the rest. But I just want to let you know that if you are looking to answer those questions, numerology and this birth code information can give you a lot of insight to those answers. So that being said, this is the number that can tell us, what is your reason for being here, kind of like, how you express your innate gifts, like that you came to use here, and also basically what you're here to learn and to teach. So those go hand in hand. We're student and teacher, at any given moment. So what you're here to learn and to teach. So those with a life purpose of 3, they're very, again, creative and innovative, and this makes them like really good performers just at life. It doesn't have to be a vocation, but performers like, writers and speakers, dancers, painters, musicians, artists. You came here to influence others with kind of that charisma that surrounds you, that energy of charisma that surrounds you. And, part of having so much charisma and drawing and magnetizing people to you is, we can become concerned with what people think or needing praise and affirmation from others in order to keep us motivated. So it's real important to learn that you don't need any of that. You don't need praise from others. You don't need affirmation. You and yourself magnetize people to you, and you're going to be for some people and you're not going to be for others. But one of your purposes is to live your true authentic nature and express yourself and live your true spirit. You don't need any of that from anybody else. So one of your things to learn and to teach and show all the rest of us how best to do that. So, and then communicating comes really easily. So communicating your messages and your ideas and your thoughts, you can do that really easily with a life purpose of 3. So you're really good like multitaskers. Like there are those people that have like lots of things going on at any given time with friends or parties or in your job or in your, passion projects. Like you just have a lot of things that you can handle that maybe some other people are like, how do you do all of that? It's because your life purpose 3. That's what you came here to do. So I wanted to, in my last videos, I don't think I did this. Maybe I did. I might have just mentioned, but I made a note here to myself, because sometimes when we know famous people or celebrities, that can kind of tune us in, I feel like, to a little bit of the vibration in the picture. And it helps me anyway, and my clients to recognize that same vibration in themselves. So celebrities with a life purpose number of 3 are Alfred Hitchcock. So, author and director, and Celine Dion. So we all know Celine, famous, gorgeous, beautiful singer, beautiful voice, very expressive. And then Kevin Spacey. So amazing actor, an artist as well. So the last part of the birth code is, again, the destiny number. So so the destiny number is calculated by your full birth name. So your birth certificate name. If you have your birth certificate, it's your birth certificate name, your first, middle, and last if you have a middle name. And in numerology, as we explained in previous videos, in numerology, you transfer via the Pythagorean alphabet, transfer the letters into numbers, and similar to what we did with the life purpose, where you add all those numbers up singly, you get a 2 or 3-digit number depending, and then you would add those digits together until you get down to one single number, or of course 11 or 22, because those are master numbers. So in this case, we're looking at the full birth certificate names that once you turn them into numbers, they add up to the single digit 3. And so the destiny number is kind of what career or vocation environment is best for you. So it can tell us a lot about how that environment will affect and what environment is best for you to be successful, happy, joyful, abundant. And this is going to be like that kind of environment that like really makes your soul sing, like where you're like, oh, I gotta like go to work, or oh, I said I would do this thing, and you don't like it very much, but you do it. This is the opposite of that. This is those environments that energize you. You know, I know people who work for like nonprofit, and you know, again, it's not necessarily their job, but it's their vocation. It's something that they do as part of their life to create joy and happiness for themselves and feel like they're being of service to others. And they love it. Like they love getting up at 5 a.m. and, you know, getting ready to go and host an event and making all of the signs and being there talking to people about the nonprofit and hosting dinners and, you know, going out into the field and working with, you know, people, say it's, you know, for those who are living on the streets and helping. Like, I mean, it's just like they're charged up by that. It makes their souls sing. So this is going to be what environment and what structure helps you, you know, be joyful, abundant, and happy. And this is also, you know, like how, again, like if you love something and you love to do it and it makes your soul sing, obviously it's going to create and generate some abundance and prosperity for you, whether or not that abundance and prosperity is money, because there are many other forms of being abundant and prosperous, you know, time and love and health and, you know, friends. So not just money, but sometimes money also. So when you have a destiny number 3, you are going to, again, like careers kind of like in that entertainment where you can be really expressive and creative. So writing, acting, directing, careers that allow you to use that creativity of expression. So, you know, like combine that, like being an artist and a musician, performer, any kind of like careers in like marketing or public relations or project management, where, you know, there's lots of stuff going on. Again, that multitasking, you know, kind of vibration, you can handle that. You're better able to handle that and stay excited by that than others. So some celebrities with destiny number 3 are Sam Smith, amazing singer, artist, very expressive, very creative. Jennifer Aniston. If you don't know Jennifer Aniston, you can Google her. But we all know Jennifer Aniston, so very talented actress. And then also Elon Musk. So the famous Elon Musk, very innovative, very creative, has a lot of things in the pot. So definitely captures that vibration of the 3. And so that is essentially the 3 elements of the birth code of 3. Hopefully that provided you with some insight as to kind of who you are, if you're life purpose 3, why you're here, if you're destiny, what kind of job or vocation may help you be and create more joy and abundance in your life. I know that when I discovered this information, it did just that thing for me and so many others since then. So I hope it's done the same for you. And if you're interested also in learning more about your current name, so we discussed your birth certificate name and how that plays into, you know, your career or vocation. Your current name actually has a vibration as well. So if it's the same as your birth certificate name, it still is going to have a different vibration. So we calculate the energy of your current name using a very ancient system, and it's kind of complicated, so I won't like go into it, but we can calculate if your name is fortunate and supportive for you, or if your current name right now is challenging and creating kind of those roadblocks and negative influences to your life. So if you're interested in learning more about if your name is fortunate or challenging, you can certainly book a session from my website at briannacolombini.com. Comment here and I can send you some information. I'm available all the time and via email, so I'd be happy to set up a time to talk with you about that. So Again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for hanging in there. I hope you learned something that help you be your best you in your life. Until next time, you guys have a great day.